Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly.
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
What if I'm
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked her a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by
Erik
and Rick.
And this week we watched Boondock Saints, directed by Troy Duffy and written by Troy Duffy, starring Willem Dafoe, Sean Patrick Flannery, and Norman Reedus. IMDb synopsis: two Irish Catholic brothers become vigilantes and wipe out Boston's criminal underworld in the name of God. So what'd you guys think?
I thought this movie was actually fairly good. I mean, it was a little long. There's just certain scenes where I'm just like, okay, just get on with the show, But other than that,
Are they Willem Dafoe scenes, Ricky?
Pretty much, yeah.
Ricky, are you sure you're not related to Willem Dafoe? Because I see a little bit of resemblance, especially in the dress.
Fuck you, Erik.
Oh man.
Fuck you, Erik. Okay. No, just because I go around listening to classical music while solving crimes, doing weird little hand things, while no one else can see me just wandering around doing that, and everyone's like looking at me going like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I mean, just because I still do that, doesn't mean, I'm willing to.
Was South Park doing the? Because I really feel like South Park would have had what the hell the cop guy doing the same thing where he's like, but he's like stuttering, like just like baby walking around, kind of like doing the weird little hand stuff with his headphones on, be listening to like Aqua or something. That would have been hilarious.
Well, I feel like in that scene he was definitely going to do the cop thing where he would bust the guy after having sex with him, though.
Yeah.
Like the sting operation.
Freeze! All right, give me a bag. I need some evidence. What the fuck?
God damn it. I fucking love this movie. I don't know. I watched the shit out of this when I was younger. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's fun to watch. Nothing crazy shit happens, but there's nothing like super intellectual about this fucking thing. No. It's just two brothers pissed off at people.
Okay, so
at
now
shitty people.
There's something there that I just kind of didn't understand. It's right there in the beginning of the movie. So when they go into the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
And well, they're already in the church and they're sitting there in the pews, praying or whatever. Why is everyone turning and staring at them already? Like they're not known yet, right? At that point, like people don't know about them yet.
No, I think.
So why is everyone like looking at them?
Isn't that like a flash forward? I thought that was like after they had already.
I thought that was that way too.
And then they jumped back to them going to the bar and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah. See, because I did not get that whole flashback thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because the way they were treating them, they were very much like people were trying to stop them from going up there, and some of the what are those guys? I don't know what they're called. I don't even want to attempt it. Bishops, maybe?
Yeah.
I just attempted it, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So some of those guys were trying to get up to stop them, but then they, the other guy's like, no, just let them, do their thing, So I think that was like a flash forward, and then we go back, and then they go into the bar. You see them.
Okay, where when they go and they fuck up the Russian thugs and light the guy's ass on fire.
Yeah.
Right? So they burnt the guy's ass.
Yeah.
And he comes after them like literally the next day wearing the same burnt pants with bandages covering his ass.
Did you see the mob boss guy for them?
Uh-huh.
That guy was probably like, either they're like, fuck, I can't go back to whatever his name was. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
If this kind of failure, otherwise I'm just dead.
Yeah.
Or he told them, get the fuck out there. I don't give a shit about your pants. Go fucking deal with it. That kind of shit.
Yeah, because it just struck me weird that they came back and looked for him without even changing their clothes yet. It's like, You're just gonna go walking around town with burnt pants and your ass hanging out covered in bandages. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, they went to the mob doctor, they got fixed up, and then they went to go take care of these two guys. That's all it was.
It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I'm gonna say
That's
if
so
Erik
weird.
was one of those Russian thugs, though, if you were the guy that got the thing dropped on his head, you would have gotten back up.
I mean, well,
Oh
Erik,
yeah,
well, I mean, like,
I would
Erik,
have been like, I would have looked up and looked at it and been like, ain't shit. Then it would have hit me, and I'd have been like, I'm fine. You're dumb, bro. Probably
Yeah.
would have poked one of my eyes out
Yeah,
or something.
have like a little cut across your forehead. That's all you got.
Yeah. Be like, are you serious? I throw myself into toilets on purpose
Okay, so something that
just
I
to
did,
look tough.
so something that I did notice in the movie while I was watching it, and then I noticed it in the IMDb page when they were saying kind of like goofs thing there. So when he was trying to tear the toilet up off the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear how all the blood dropping, like I noticed that like you see him like squeeze his hand, and a bunch of blood comes out. Like you can literally see the sponge in his hand. And the way he does that, like if you look, like you can see him like pick up as he picks it, like when he starts bleeding off his wrist, you can see him squeeze a sponge in his hand so the blood starts pulling on the ground. I'm like, you guys couldn't have done that better. Like, but then I looked at the date and I was like,
I
all
could
right, like,
not
I
see
get
that.
it.
With the pixelated view, Ricky, you should turn down to 240p, and then you can't see any of that.
You can't see none of that shit. Okay,
No, it just looks like a blurry hand. You're like, is that guy bleeding?
okay.
I think he's bleeding.
All right. Is that blood or is that poo coming out of his toilet?
Now, I have a comment, and this I'm just going to complain because I've watched too many Conor McGregor videos, the king of trash talking in the MMA.
Yeah.
So I know, and I've watched a lot of try videos, so I know what a real Irish accent sounds like. And these guys' Irish accents are terrible. I'm like, damn it, bro. Like, okay, I can't do accents that great. All right. And if somebody said, hey, I'll give you a movie role being somebody with that one of those accents, I'd go, you're going to have to send me somewhere so I can learn how to do an accent.
At least for a few
And if
months
I
prior
couldn't-
to filming.
Yeah, if I couldn't do the accent, I'd be like, I'm not doing the accent for the movie. It's going to sound like shit. We're not going to do it.
Okay, so like in those situations, right? Like, I mean, yeah, it might cost a bit more money, but like, why wouldn't you get like 2 or 3 people that have that accent and be like, okay, like leading up to filming, you're gonna hang around these people and only these people, and you will pick up their accent before, like, without even realizing it. You're just gonna pick it up because that's what people do. If you're around someone with an accent and like you're around them a lot, you'll subconsciously just start to pick up that accent, like without even realizing it.
Well, I mean, there are some people who can do accents easy that just pick it up. And then there's some people, and, you know, I mean, I am married to somebody who has a rough go with accents, like doing it on command. Here's what's funny. If you have, per se, an Austin Powers line, perfect English accent, you like, on occasion, she'll just say something, perfect accent or whatever it is. But then you try and say, hey, repeat that. Or it's like she tries to do Bubbles, right? From Trailer Park Boys. And instead of being like, sounding like Bubbles, it sounds like Bubbles trying to do an impersonation of Yoda trying to do Bubbles. You know?
Well, and you've got two guys
oh,
from.
Fuck you, Will. I'm like, what the fuck was that, Kelly? Shut up. You know?
We've got two guys in this movie, though, so we've got the guy who played Doc, Gerald Parks, which he is actually from Dublin. So, you know, he has an Irish accent. You've got Billy Connolly, who's from Glasgow, so, you know, Scottish accent.
Yeah.
But, you know, still, you've got something somewhere around there. And then you got the two McManus brothers who definitely sound like they're two guys from the South trying to do Irish accents.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Because that's what they are. They're two guys from the South doing Irish accents.
So I thought it was, I mean, I've watched too many Conor McGregor shit talking videos, and all of the words that they said don't sound right.
I feel like it probably would have been served better if they would have done more of a like Southie kind of what you hear in like The Departed or something like that.
Yeah.
kind of accent and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Or
so
the
I'm like,
town where they
Yeah.
all just use Boston accents.
Yeah.
I think Boston accent's probably my favorite
Oh, it's
accent.
fucking awesome. I love it.
You know, like when Bill Burr starts talking in it, my dick just gets hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn it, Eric.
Oh, damn it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so speaking of accents and all that kind of stuff, so what was that language that we were looking at?
God damn it, Ricky.
Ricky,
It's called Papamento.
Papaya Minto.
Yeah, Papaya Mento.
Papaya Minto.
Yeah, something like that. And so
like Ricky sees Swedish and it's like it says Svenska, so he's like, Svenskoy? What? What
Let's see
is
what
that?
this thing says.
Papiamentu.
There, can you hear that?
Papiamentu.
Papiamentu.
See,
There
I
you
was
go.
close.
That's how you say it. Or that's how Google says to say it.
The way
I don't know
you
if that's
said
actually
it was
how you say
awesome, Ricky. You're like,
Papamento.
Papamento? It sounds like an ice cream.
I thought you were trying to say pimento, and I was like, Ricky,
Me
it's
too.
not a language, or maybe it is.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
So we're looking up, and apparently it's like that Bayou talk.
It's a Creole language, Ricky. It's fucking. It's the language spoken in the Caribbean islands.
But you're also saying it's in the Bayou.
Well, Creole is like
And it's that, and it's it's the whole like hey, how you doing? Right, going down here
so much. Remember what I said earlier?
It's like you get over there, you stick it in his ass.
Oh my god.
Do you remember what I said earlier when I said you're gonna say something you think is totally fine? You did it.
You know how up in Sweden they have that glacier talk?
Damn it.
Well, yeah, they do
It's
though.
the same fucking thing, dude.
It is though.
Oh god damn.
You know what's funny is I
Hilarious.
heard somebody that actually talks like Boomhauer from Texas, and it's fucking hilarious because you don't understand what the fuck they're saying. But like somebody else from
Yeah.
Texas knows exactly what they're saying.
Well, there's a fucking hilarious skit of James McAvoy doing a.
Oh, that was fucking great.
He's a Scottish.
I love that one. The Scottish airline,
Scottish air traffic controller.
controller.
He's trying to guide the plane, and he's like, the broom doodah, and the guy's like, I'm out. I don't have any idea what he's saying.
Nice, Kelly.
What'd she say?
She said she's the queen of all accents.
Oh yes. Oh.
Yeah, she's like I said. If she tries to do it, it's generally not that great. But if she does it on accident, like she just says it naturally,
I mean, I remember when
comes out
Kelly tried to do an Australian accent.
Yeah.
That was fucking epic.
You know what? You got to give it to her because she knows it's not going to go great, and she does it anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. She just owns it. She's like, fuck it. I'm going to butcher this, and I'm just going to own it.
Yeah. Whereas, like me, I just clam up. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. No, that's just no. It's too bad. Like if somebody was like, do a Dutch accent, I'd be like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I don't.
What are you talking about?
I mean, honestly, if I just try to think of it at the top of my head, I could not think of what a Dutch accent sounds like.
So
I can't
are these
either.
guys like idiot savants of hired killers or something? I kind of felt like the Il Duce was actually their dad.
I think
And then-
I think that comes out in the second one. I think that he is.
What? He's the brother's
Oh,
dad?
I think so, or at least they call him that in the second one. I'm pretty sure.
they
Second
called
one's
him
not
that in
very
this
good.
one.
Yeah, I know they call him that when they're in the hotel room or motel room. Or whatever,
Yeah.
So yeah.
So would
I
they all
was
take like an ancestry test and figure it out?
they spit in a little thing. They
Uh-huh.
send it off to 23andMe, and they got a thing back. And it turns
Oh,
out
that guy's been in a can for 25 years, and they can't be more. Well, then again, maybe he trained him how to do stuff until they were 10.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, you see, they weren't very good in the beginning, though. They stumbled into a lot of it. So
I mean, luck is like, what is it called? When it's like you make stuff happen on purpose because you're good,
yeah,
and then it looks lucky.
I don't know. Like I
don't remember what
like,
the actual thing is.
throughout watching this movie, I just couldn't help keep thinking of the Brothers Grimsby. It's just
Me too. Only there was an elephant.
yeah.
I know, and some poison or whatever it is, and
God damn
one
it.
brother's got to save the other. He's got to do what he's got to do. I mean, don't be a little bitch about a little ejaculate.
Yeah. Grow up.
It's like when they fell through the fucking roof hanging from the ropes.
Yeah, it's like
What
the fuck?
I just like that argument in there. They're fucking fighting while they're ready to go murder a bunch of dudes. They're just fucking like, fuck you. No, this rope's gonna be awesome. It totally worked.
If you sent Jason and Ricky to go kill a couple people, that's what it would look like.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Why do we have to have these stupid fucking ropes? God
Dude.
damn it. Of course, what it would be if it was
God
me
damn
and
it.
Steve is Steve would rip
alive.
ass.
And
And then
then
I'd
you
be
would
like,
Find the closest place to fucking jump out of.
Like
I
you would
just-
be like in like a situation like where you have to be quiet and like you would just hear this.
I'd be like, Steve, yep. Was that what I thought it was? Yep. Safety. God damn it.
It's like, sorry, I get gaseous when I get nervous.
But we know neither one of us is gonna fit in that
Or
fucking
we'd get
vent.
stuck. We're just in the fucking vent, stuck with our little feet kicking. I'm fucking stuck. You have your phone? No. Do you have yours? No. We're gonna die in here. God damn it!
And
then
at
it would
that
be,
point, you would hear Steven. Yeah, and you're like, oh, what the hell? We're in enclosed space. Enclosed space. Not cool. Seriously, like someone just turn on the fucking AC. Like seriously, come on. Like,
Sorry, we shouldn't have stopped for ice cream
I mean-
before we got here.
I think I'd be okay because the likelihood that I would be going first would be pretty high. So then Steve would have to be worried about me.
yeah, that's true.
And
You would see me
Steven-
climbing in backwards though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
just our asses are aimed at each other.
Oh god.
Steve's just packing in there.
Oh god, that would just like create like this like nuclear fusion of ass gas and create this fucking monstrous explosion.
I'd fart. Eric would be like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you, motherfucker."
The enemies are gonna be down like below you, like below the vent, like listening to this, going like. I mean, honestly, I don't think I want to break any holes in that vent while they're doing this. I mean, that could be really bad.
They
for
shoot
us.
the shit out of the fucking vents and then just pass out when the gas falls through the fucking holes.
You know what would happen is we'd have one of us would fart, then the other one would fart, and we'd have a fucking Kamehameha explosion, Dragon Ball Z style, where the two balls of energy join and make one big ball and then explode.
Exactly.
Damn it.
And then it kills all the
Or-
enemies. And,
Or
you know.
I would get stuck, and then Steve would have a spider chasing him, so he'd be backing up, and then we'd end up scissoring.
Oh god.
Damn it, Eric.
Scissor me
And I'd be
fingers.
like, "Oh fuck! What the hell's his leg doing? Get out of here! What the fuck? Scissoring! Ah!" Steve's like, "There's a spider! And I'm like, "Scissoring!"
Damn it, dude. Oh man. So I felt like Jason watching Jason trying to solve a crime in the in that first
Oh, the
part
first
in the alley.
guy, the first
Yeah,
guy.
a big fucking
Yeah, this big, like, 50-foot guy just crushed him. You know?
It was serial crusher guy and thing going on here.
Jason's like, "I know this guy, Eric and Steve. I'm pretty sure if they jumped off of this roof here, they would crush him like that. They must have done it.
Oh man.
They did it."
A fucking serial crusher.
So also the guy, how Willem Dafoe kind of like was solving the crimes, and he also kind of reminded me of this other investigator from an animated series called Death Note, Light
Oh,
or
yeah.
L.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just this weird fucking creepy guy. He just like looks at something for 2 seconds. He's like, "Oh, I know exactly what the fucking happened in absolute detail." Like this guy farted right when he was standing here. He had bar nachos last night and some pickled eggs. Go check the bars.
That's a scary part.
I
Oh
mean,
my God.
I mean, like.
It was a scary fart for him too. He wasn't sure if it was gonna be clean.
That's one of those farts where you really should have trusted it. Like, you know it's gonna end bad before you even let it go.
Yeah, I hate those ones.
And then the fact that he was
So
fucking
much.
right in the end
Yeah.
with when the Duke comes in and he's all, "What if it was just one guy with 6 guns?"
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's like, "What? Get the fuck out of here! Come on!"
Uh-huh.
You know he never told that guy when he found out that's what it was.
Oh,
That's like
hell
if you
fucking
If
no.
you ever argue with Jason and you discover that you're wrong, you never admit it. You can't admit that.
You go
'Cause he'll-
online, you hack Google, and you change the information so he can never find
Yeah.
out. Like,
Exactly.
like you change the physics to make sure that he never finds out that He was
Or-
actually right here
I'm going
well.
to tell you, he's
You
not
do?
very good at Google searching. You're probably all right. It doesn't matter.
Or you do what I have done. I have actually Bugs Bunnied him to where he thought that he was arguing my stance at the beginning. And he never realized that I got him to switch his argument. And by the end there, he's like, I can't believe I was wrong on that. I was pretty sure that I thought the other one. I'm like, no, that's what you said.
God damn it.
Swear to God.
I had 2 younger brothers. That shit comes in handy. That's how you get yourself out of trouble, when you make them think they're the mastermind. And then that way, when it comes like down to where my mom's offering plea deals and stuff, like they're not going to take the plea deal
It's
because
like you
they
guys
think
are-
they're the ones who came up with the idea.
It's like you guys are in prison fucking offering free
Yeah.
deals.
Dude, my mom would always do the old, if you tell me the truth, you won't get in trouble. But that only works if you're not the one who thought of it. Okay? So like I tried that once. I was like, yeah, I thought it was a good idea, and that's what we did. And then she gave me spanking. I'm like, never again. Fool me once. That's it. Never gave anything up after that. Then it was all like my brothers. Then they started ratting me out, so I had to trick them into thinking that they were the masterminds, which Robert just wouldn't say anything, so it was mostly just tricking my brother Dan into doing it.
Robert's like,
And
I ain't no rat.
Fucking Robert just wouldn't say shit. He'd just go, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I don't know did not work for me. I don't know for me was a guaranteed spanking. I'm not even shitting you. If we were eating dinner and my dad goes, where do they make syrup? And I said, I don't know. That's grounds for a spanking. Because he's like, I don't want a bunch of kids to say I don't know all the time. At least say something. Say you
So
can
you
look
want me
it
to say
up.
something wrong?
Well, I mean, you guys know me in my current state. You wonder how I
Yeah.
got like that. I'm going to say
Yeah.
something. Some words are going to come out. Now, talking to other adults, like now, I'm really like, I don't know if this is true, but I think this is the way it is. And most of the time, if I say that, that's the way that I think that it is. Or I'm like relatively sure about the facts, and then there are times when I like read something on the internet that turns out not to be true, like reptilians are running the White House.
God damn it.
Oh,
I don't think that's true. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a carrot man. I've seen him.
Yeah.
He looks like a carrot.
Yeah, I don't think...
What you can't see is that the reptilians have disguised his
it all comes
carrot
down to
leafage
reptilians.
out of the top of his head. The reptilians have got the leaf, that's why you never wear. That's why I was always wearing those hats. It's to hide the foliage. That's what they use, green screen technology to get rid of that.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I really loved all the different mobs and stuff, and then the fucking Italian guy, which frankly is probably like me if I wanted to be a gangster. Their buddy Rocco.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
Rocco guy.
I mean, can't shoot that good, gets all excited. And
Oh,
then
man.
now were you guys like, wait, what? All right, so they had Ron Jeremy in this, right?
Yeah.
I thought there's no friggin' way that there's no friggin' way that his dick is not gonna be out. There's no friggin' way. I mean, the guy's got a monster hog, and he's gonna be, there's a lady there, right? So I thought for sure that they'd shoot it and be like, what the fuck is that thing sticking out of the front of him or something? That's an easy line for a joke.
I think this, although I think this was like before. Are you talking like actually seeing it or just making a joke about it? Because actually seeing
Either
it,
way.
I think this was before that was more normalized, where you every once in a while you'll just see that in movies. I
Yeah.
think back then it was still like, oh, you can't see that. Boobs fine, whatever. But no penises anywhere in these things. So
Well, no. Well, I mean, like you got to go on like HBO or something like that, and then it can only be flaccid dicks,
damn it.
like Game of Thrones, because the flaccid dicks aren't
Game-
threatening.
Game of Thrones wasn't on that. Wasn't around at this time.
Well, yeah, all the
Oz
same,
was.
Well, I just meant like, they could.
But yeah, they
be
could have
like,
definitely made
what
a
the
joke.
Fuck. I mean, but look at basketball. That was
Yeah.
another good example.
Well,
They
speaking
just
of
blurred
fuck,
it out, and it was
speaking-
hilarious.
Speaking of fuck,
How many
the
fucking
word
times
fuck
did...
was used 246 times in this movie.
And how many times did Rocco say it?
A lot.
Because when Rocco was talking, I was like, oh, wow, they got Ricky to write the script for this guy.
So apparently it was shot in 32 days.
It also only cost $7 million to make.
I don't. How the fuck does it cost $7 million to make? What the hell goes on in that stuff?
I don't know. It didn't make very.
Isn't
much
that
money,
scary to think about how much all the little things must like the permits and all the other bullshit must cost?
So I was reading. They shot a few things in Boston, but I guess Boston's really shitty about like filming rights and stuff like that, and you have to pay a whole bunch of taxes to film there.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was actually shot in probably Vancouver.
Yeah.
And there's some stores, I guess, that didn't exist in Boston or in America at the time. So you can see that when Rocco's walking to the deli.
Yeah, that's
Well, what
hilarious.
was it also? It was the beginning thing. They were supposed to be in a Catholic church, but apparently
It was a Lutheran.
Yeah, it was a Lutheran church because the Catholic church like didn't agree with the plot line of the movie, and they're like, "Hell no, you guys are not doing this in our church."
But
the Catholic Church is like, wait, you're saying stuff against rape? Well, we're out.
Yeah, exactly right. No.
not cool.
I mean, you know, you're gonna be blowing up our spot here. You guys need to cool this off. Go to the Lutheran Church.
Those guys don't care. So this
Those guys don't have those abolitions or whatever the hell they're called, where you can just walk in and be like, "Yeah, I did some bad shit," and the guy's like, "Okay, you're good now. Can I have $20? Okay, you're done." Remember that back from like when Martin Luther actually split away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. I think it was called something besides abolitions. I just made that word up, but
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna try to think of it.
Yeah.
it had. I think it had EION in the word. I'm pretty sure. Okay, but other than that, I don't know.
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. We learned about it with my history class. We learned about it in all the history classes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we know the concept.
Yeah.
We just don't know the name of it. That's the name is almost useless.
Yeah,
Except for in this context.
Yeah, when we're trying to figure it out. This movie made $30,000 in box office.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so
Did fucking Ace Ventura come out at the same time or something?
No. So okay, this movie was filmed. I'm doing a weird hand motion. I don't want to be associated with that guy. So this movie, yeah, no, not that one. It was filmed, and then before it came out, Columbine happened.
Oh fuck.
So everybody that was supposed to distribute this movie backed out. They said, "No, we're not going to do that." So they only got it in a very limited release. It was like 5 or 6 theaters. And then basically this movie made all its money from rentals and selling the copies.
So stupid.
Because
I mean,
Yeah, they would have been able to make so much more fucking money.
so they made a deal. They made a deal with Blockbuster. Blockbuster had exclusive rental rights with this movie, so that if you wanted to rent this movie, you had to rent it from Blockbuster, and it became a fucking massive cult hit. Like a lot of people, I don't know. I mean, everybody that I know has watched this. I was kind of surprised when you said you didn't watch it, Eric, but
yeah.
You also didn't watch. I mean, I don't know. You have different movies that you watch when you're younger. So, it's just something that came up that I fucking loved. I think David probably showed me this thing. So,
I'm like 90% sure my brother's seen it. I think he talked to me about it, and I was like, "Boondock Saints? That sounds like some kind of a weird Southern, Baptist thing. I don't want to watch that."
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I was a little leery about it too when I very first watched it, but it turned out to be a good film, though. Over and all,
It was. I mean, I gotta say, I think this is like one of the weirdest movies we've watched, just in terms of like our film style and stuff. I know we normally don't talk about all of that stuff,
all the artsy stuff,
but
yeah.
But the way the sequences were put together and the angles it was shot from just felt weird.
Well, what was that movie that was all black and white except for the color red?
Sin City?
Yeah, Sin City.
Yeah.
See, Eric knew exactly what I was talking about.
I was actually thinking of 300, but that had color. It just had really muted colors. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin City was like black and white except for the color red.
I actually really like the way it went though. Like you show the kind of aftermath, and then you show how they got to that aftermath. I kind of like how that all.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
totally leaves you
I
like,
like how it
wait,
was
how
put
the
together.
fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
But then we can also go off the whole, Morty standard, and I just think, stories, should start, at the beginning.
As we know, Morty's a fucking idiot, so that's the wrong, Morty, you need to just shut the fuck up. You're an idiot.
I was glad to have Billy Connolly in another movie. Watched him last week in The Last Samurai, and shows up.
Oh
in this
yeah.
one, so fucking love that guy. He's great.
I really wish he was in.
I just want to see him run around and cuss at people, shit like that. So,
well, I mean, the Scottish, that's the best. Like, if I couldn't have, all right, I'm pissed off that I have a California accent.
Yeah.
Because I'm like California,
getting some tacos.
Yeah, I know. And, I'm gonna give you directions on how to get somewhere. Go over the 405. I mean, but instead, if I had a Scottish accent, that'd be way better. That's like the best accent ever.
And like we were talking earlier, James McAvoy with the fucking flight control guy is just fucking.
I would have the thickest, most unrecognizable accent. You could just see me getting mad as when people don't understand me.
Everybody be like, but when you talk to us and stuff like that, we totally understand what you're saying. You're totally just even and stuff like that. And we're like, yeah, no, he doesn't always talk like that. He just does it when he's working. I don't know. It's weird.
Get them all, flustered and shit like that, and he starts talking like that.
Yeah.
I farted.
The dog's been doing it like crazy. It's fucking horrible.
You guys' dogs having the farts?
Yeah.
That sucks, man. That sucks.
Well, I mean, at least he's not barking right now at the moment.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I totally just like spaced out on what I was going to say. I'm all drunk from St. Patrick's Day food.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had so many cheese biscuits. I'm like, my tummy has increased its diameter by like
I ate
4
way
inches.
too much shepherd's pie.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Oh, dude, it was fucking delicious.
Yeah, Kelly made delicious corned beef and cabbage and everything else, and I'm just like,
well, you know what? You know what? Our fucking corned beef was better than yours.
Maybe. I don't know.
guarantee it. It's fucking good.
Was it homemade corned beef or out of the store?
Yeah, we made corned beef at home. Like, we just got some beef and we infused it with some corn, and then we cooked it.
Oh no, Kelly actually did that. It was like a real recipe. It was delicious. Oh, it was so good. So yeah, I mean this movie, I like how they're kind of like idiot savants with gunfighting, and then they join forces with Billy Connolly. The end scene was a little weird. I kept expecting him to like Pulp Fiction it and just start wasting people.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so you want to do this thing. Why wouldn't you go in there with masks? But I guess, I don't know. It just seemed weird. You can still tell them your message and go in there with masks because, yeah.
Well, where the hell are they even going to stay now? I mean, the FBI would be all over them.
Well, I liked at the end, too, that, fucking Schmeckel Lexman, Schmeckel? What's his name?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Schmeckles is
either Schmeckel or Schmeckle.
Schmeckle is a
Schmecker.
currency in Rick and Morty, Steven.
That's right. Smecker. I like how he, him and the other cops are all fucking like letting him into the courthouse and shit. Because that motherfucker is going to get away. It's just like, that's exactly what Batman should be doing. Going in and just taking him out when they're taking him to the fucking court.
Well, that's why the cops hate Batman so much. Because they beat the shit out of him. And then he doesn't kill him. They're like, dude, you've caught the Joker how many fucking times? Fucking waste him.
I mean, like at least Spider-Man leaves his victims hanging upside down, so they die from fucking massive blood rush to the brain.
No, Batman leaves them upside down. Oh, Spider-Man sometimes leaves them upside down, sometimes leaves them right side up. But Spider-Man, you are automatically up there for 2 hours because nobody has a way to get the webs down. So with Batman, you can just cut the cable and you're down. I don't know if you can cut through Spider-Man's webs.
I just figured out
weapons.
The most perfect fucking way to figure out who Batman is. Figure out who's buying the most cables in Gotham City, excluding construction and contractors.
Well, he'd be buying them through construction and contracting companies.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne definitely. Wayne Corp definitely has a construction outfit.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. He looks like he's in the
well,
mafia.
then find the fucking construction.
Why wouldn't they do
company that has massive unaccounted for cable loss?
Well, that's what we see.
And then you're realizing, all right, this is from fucking Wayne Enterprises here.
We see that in the Dark Knight trilogy with the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's literally funneling all this stuff through Wayne Enterprises to get all this shit and that's how what's his name? Lucius.
Yeah.
Lucius.
That's how Lucius gets involved with it. Yeah, that's Ricky.
Damn it, Ricky.
Yeah,
I know,
that's
right?
how Lucius gets involved with it, and then you have that other little Weasley guy in the second one or the third one trying to.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
No, it was the second.
No, he's talking about the second series.
Okay.
There's the I can't remember the guy's name.
Talking the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
With, Christian Bale.
Okay.
So I feel like this is there's actually a really good plot line they could have for Batman. All right. So let's say Batman captures the Joker. He ties him up. He's upside down. The cop walks up, sees the Joker, is like, oh, that guy wasted my cousin. And he looks over his shoulder. He's like, I don't see anybody. He just shoots the Joker in the head. Right.
Yeah.
Problem solved. Then Batman's in this moral quandary. Wait. Oh shit. So then Batman shows up and the guy goes, all right, I guess beat me up for saving Gotham City from, hundreds, if not thousands of murders that were going to happen when he inevitably got loose of Arkham again. And then Batman's like, oh yeah, that is totally what happened.
I feel like
he got
Joker,
loose every time.
I feel like the Joker definitely has one of those doomsday devices set up to his heart. So when he dies, some crazy fucking thing's gonna go off.
Well, it's gonna be the laughing gas is gonna fucking just go off all throughout the fucking Gotham City.
I just feel like he's one of those guys that's gonna have a backup thing when Batman inevitably loses it and fucking kills him when he pushes him far enough. Or, like you said, a cop, takes him out.
His heart stops, and then a FedEx guy grabs a package, and he drives it to Clark Kent's house, and he hands it to Clark Kent. Clark Kent opens him up, and he looks at it, and it's a Photoshop of Bruce Wayne fucking Lois Lane, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill him!" And he just shoots over there and laser beams through Bruce Wayne.
And this is apparently the precursor to how Batman versus Superman started.
Fucking Superman would waste him so hard then, because Batman would have no idea this was gonna happen.
Nope.
He'd just show up being pissed off. He'd be like, "Why the fuck is the normally calm, nice, easygoing Kryptonian so mad?" I mean, he wouldn't. I don't think he'd even get a chance. He'd just blast through the thing and just laser beam his dick off, and then go up from there. Oh, wouldn't that be even funnier if he just laser beamed his dick off and Batman's like...
Batman has a super high-pitched voice from now on. He has to go around fighting crime with a super high-pitched voice.
Yeah, he's like... Batman's like, I fucking quit. I don't have them anymore. How am I going to get my thing hard beating up on these villains? I'm a beating up villain... what the fuck? A philiac. There we go. I was like, I was gonna go a phobia, but I'm like, then he's a scared of it. That doesn't make any sense.
Did you just say a scared?
A scared, yeah, you did.
All right, just make sure.
Oh
man.
Well, I mean, I was trying for to be the right wordage.
Trying for to be the right wordage.
Yeah,
not the white wordage, Ricky. Come on, man.
The right wordage.
Come on, Ricky.
Wordage. There
Ricky, fuck that one up.
Well, I fucked up. You're fucked up saying because none of those words made sense in the order they were in.
So every movie.
Thank you, Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Every movie that Rocco's been in, he's only been in 5. He had to have been a mobster or some kind of gang member guy because he's Rocco, he's Wheels, and then he's Rocco again. And
I never realized that Rocco and Heifer were mobsters.
Yeah. Crazy.
I know, right?
Then he's the Dominican in another movie, and then he's a guy called Angelo Timmons in another movie. He sounds like a fucking mobster in every one of these things.
So is the frog with the cigarette butts on his head the mob boss?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That guy was creepy. Hated that guy.
Yeah, it's a frog with cigarette butts sticking out of his head.
Pretty sure those supposed to be hair plugs, but yeah.
Well.
And his name is Rocco. His last name is Rocco.
Nice.
So they're like,
For
oh,
real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this fucker can't remember names, so we're just gonna call him Rocco.
Well, it's kind of like what is it, fucking Jay and Silent Bob? You know, it's they're Jay and Silent Bob no matter what they're fucking in. It's just Jay
Yeah,
and
but
Silent Bob.
that's not their real names.
It isn't.
No.
Well, Jay is what Jason Mewes is like. He's called Jay.
I'm sure people call both of them by those names, but was Jay
Wait,
called?
what's
was
Kevin
Jason,
Smith?
Yeah, Kevin Smith.
So
Was
yeah.
Jason Mewes called Jay before he became Jay, or was it
I
after?
think he
became Jay?
was.
Was he? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one shitty actor who can't remember the guy's real name,
Yeah.
and then you just got to call the guy that name. I think it was Dante, whatever that guy. He seems like somebody who couldn't remember someone's name.
I don't know who the hell.
And
Dante,
Kevin
whatever
Smith
that guy
found-
is.
They're from Clerks, bro. The whiny
I
guy.
can't. I shouldn't even be here today.
Oh,
I
yeah.
shouldn't even be here today. My girlfriend's slobbering some guy's knob, and I'm jealous. Ugh.
Surprised you didn't go for
Right?
the fished one.
Yeah. Fucking Randall is great in that movie.
Yeah,
Fucking hilarious.
I miss that guy. It's too bad he's dead.
Yeah.
Randall?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, he's. Still
I hope
alive.
he's not dead. Wouldn't that suck? Kevin Smith almost died from a fucking heart attack, though.
Yeah, he did.
That would have been terrible. That guy's like one of the greatest storytellers of our generation.
It's really weird to see guys like that. So Kevin Smith, John Goodman also both lost a massive amount of weight. It's fucking weird to see them now.
Yeah.
Because they look just. I'm used to seeing them as big fat guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now
I know.
they're
I
not.
looked
And
at
I'm like,
Kevin Smith, and I was like, he looks like shit.
yeah. I'm like, are
Because
you
he's so
okay?
skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He showed some of the pants that he used to wear. It's fucking ridiculous how fucking big that guy was. It's like I didn't really see him as that big, but he wore such big baggy clothes that
Yeah.
I mean you couldn't tell as much. But I think wasn't because he had that, was it a heart attack that he had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like that,
he had
yeah.
he almost died from a heart attack.
I think John Goodman had the same kind of thing, didn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Kevin Smith had lost a little bit of weight before his heart attack.
yeah. Well, wasn't like
Then after
something,
the heart
something
attack,
happened before that where like he got somebody, or there was at least something on the internet where he an airplane kind of thing where
Yeah.
he was told to buy 2 seats because he was too big.
Yeah.
Well, he was taking up 2 seats.
Yeah.
So they wanted him to pay for the 2 seats, and he's like, this is bullshit. So he had a stand-up special about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to look at, like, when you're on an airplane, I'm a big fat guy, right?
I would
Yeah.
I
love
don't
to buy
want
2
some
seats so somebody
fucking
wouldn't
guy
sit
next to me,
Yeah.
Spilling
at all.
over half of your fucking seat.
Yeah, I mean, it's my fucking side because I'm the because it's me. It's both of the fucking armrests are mine.
And I want to tell you, I would rather buy 2 seats and just fucking be like, fuck yeah, nobody can sit next to me.
Exactly. Yeah. My ass
Well,
could
you
spill
see,
over into
now-
the next seat.
Well, now, this
I
is
could
what you
have some
do.
Doritos there.
You see,
A box of like pecan sandies or something. Some more fucking cookies.
you see now, but
That'd be
now
good.
this is what you do, right? And you can save yourself a shit ton of money, right? So you buy the 1 seat, okay? Then you lay a turd on the seat next to you,
God damn it, Richie.
okay? No one's gonna sit in that seat for
They're
now.
gonna
Now
sit
you
there-
have a buffer.
They're gonna sit there if there's no other seats available on the plane.
You know what's
And
gonna
you're be
happen?
Stuck with that smell,
But Reno,
recirculating
the
the
fucking kick you
airplane.
off of the plane
That's
because they're
why-
gonna watch. The flight
That's
attendant
why. That's
gonna
why
watch
you don't let them
poop in
see
your
you.
hand and then put it on
Yeah,
the
see,
seat.
that's why you
And you're
don't
gonna
let them
stand there with
see.
your shitty hand going, I didn't poop on that seat.
That's why you don't let them see you doing it. Okay.
You shake
So
somebody's
you
hand.
what?
so
Put
you
on
get-
your invisibility cloak and then shit in your
Well,
hand.
no, you go and you get one of the
Poof,
vomit
magic.
bags. Look,
Look, there's
look,
shit on the
look,
seat.
look. You pull out one of the vomit bags, okay? You poop in that, and then you use that to
How-
deposit the poop.
How are you going to poop in that before the plane takes off? You can't go to the bathroom before the plane takes off. You were supposed to do that in the terminal.
Then you pull. Okay, look, you put the bag down your pants, okay, and you poop inside the bag like a diaper.
I hate you.
All right. And you put the poop on the seat.
I hate you so much.
Okay. Either that
Ricky,
way you
you're one
hide-
step away from putting blackface on when you board the plane, so you
No,
can say
look.
it wasn't me.
Okay, no, look.
Okay?
Look.
This is the silliest thing ever.
Here's a better idea, right? You have the poop hiding in a newspaper. Okay?
I mean, you want to know the real way to go? You just stick your fingers down your throat and puke on the seat. Okay? That if you're that worried about it, or you just,
Rip ass?
say that, or you know what you can also do? Now this might actually work. Talk to somebody in the seat that's not there. So when the guy, you just start talking to that person and like taking things from them and just dropping stuff in the seat. And that way the person who's going to sit there is going to think, this motherfucker's crazy. I don't want to sit there.
What if you just pour water on or like soda on that seat? So then when they sit down, they have a wet bum and then they don't want to sit there.
Yeah, you could accidentally air quotes spill stuff on the seat.
Because then you don't have to deal with that stink being recirculated through the air system the whole fucking flight.
So if someone rips ass hard enough on a flight, it'll just recirculate throughout the entire plane constantly.
You want to get on an airplane with me? We can try this
out. Do you know what the staying power? I mean, there's a whole difference between a fart and then an actual active air poop.
Yeah.
We got
an active poop, everybody.
An active air poop is like that sucker will stay potent for like weeks. It'll be full strength the entire flight. So like everybody will be puking.
So like if you like poop in the vent.
All right, we have got to get Ricky on a fucking airplane to poop in a vent. I just want to see his little pasty white ass trying to stand on someone's shoulders, and it's like, hold on, just stand there. I'm gonna stand on your shoulders. And the guy's like, what are you doing? Just wait. All right, I gotta look in this vent with my ass. Oh! And the guy's like, oh, get off of me. And then Ricky falls down, and then the turd falls on him. And he's like, well, that didn't work. now they're gonna throw him off the plane, and he's gonna be running at the air marshal backwards, like, I'm gonna get you with this shit, Air Marshal.
Okay,
so like, I'll fucking shoot you.
So what I'm getting out of this is that if I fail, I get thrown off the plane. If I succeed, I get to stay on the plane. That's what I'm hearing out of this here.
What I'm hearing is that if you shit on the plane, there's no way that plane is not gonna fucking land. There's no way that plane landing. They're gonna ground that motherfucking plane. Everybody, it'll be like this fucking scene from what is it? What the hell's the movie with those kids at the body? It's a Stephen King book. With the kid, where the kid tells a story, and there's the fat ass guy, and he drinks a castor oil. Yeah, that's it. And then he barfs everywhere. You're gonna be looking at that situation, except inside of a contained vessel. So you're gonna go from purely shit smell to the barf of 70 odd or however many people are on that plane, all recirculating through the air with people puking all over everybody.
I gotta tell you, every time I watch that movie, I can smell that too. It's so bad.
Yeah, no shit.
It's just like look at it and I'm like, oh,
yep,
that's so bad.
Oh my god, wouldn't it be great to play that shit on a fucking airplane and then watch everybody just like hurl their guts out? Because one motherfucker would barf.
Well, I mean, you just play the fucking Jackass 2.
The pilot is just swiveling side to side, getting everybody sick. Steve's in there like, uh-oh. 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 Oh, no, not this scene. Not this scene. Close my eyes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Blah! And then boom. Barf explosion. Gonna look like the inside of the fucking carriage in the beginning of Fantastic Beasts 2, where it's just full of fucking water, except it'll be barf.
Fucking gross. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's pretty bad.
What the fuck is with Willem Dafoe? Like, he just starts making out with some guy? I mean, jeez.
He was really into that role, man.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. That's the weirdest I've ever... Like, that guy's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, now, was that a actually scripted scene, or was that all just improv?
I don't know. I feel like if it was improv, the other guy might have freaked out.
Yeah.
So
then again, I mean,
I don't know.
The guy might not have great eyesight or be into really bony looking women.
Maybe they just told him there'd be this lady that would show up, and he'd be like, yep. All right.
All right.
Maybe they might have J-rocked him where they're like, yeah, this lady's going to show up. It's kind of what we do for cast members. Yeah, don't worry. You can get your bone on. We're just doing this for this guy. And the guy's an idiot. So he's like, oh, that sounds great.
Damn it.
Like, I can't believe he's into this. This is freaky. The cameraman. And then the guy's like, what? The fucking cameraman's right in between my legs. What the fuck is he doing? This is turning into a weird porno.
Oh,
Well, you know, I mean, a $7 million porno. Oh my god, could you imagine how good a porno could be if they spent $7 million on it?
God damn it, Ricky.
I'm just saying, okay? Like, you could make a really, really good porn if you spent like $7 million on it. And like, okay, honestly, porn is like one of the biggest industries. You can't tell me that if you made a really good one like that you wouldn't make that money back. You
Well,
would.
Ricky, I know for a fact that the budget of Backdoor Sluts 9 was $6.5 million.
Oh, man.
God damn it. That's just terrible.
Fucking between South Park and Trailer Parkway references, I'm on fire tonight.
You know, like, okay, look. The thing is, right, is you can't get like famous like porno actors or just famous actors. You have to get like B and C list actors to do it. You know what I mean? You know, like fuck, what are those guys from that movie? Where the kid has the fake ID trying to buy alcohol.
Superbad?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get like those kids in like one of those movies.
They're all famous now.
They're all really famous. You know that, right?
Are they?
Like, they're big names, yeah.
Well, they are now.
There's
Like-
Michael Cera. He's like standing there with like an 18-year-old porn star, and he's like, "Wait, so what are we doing?"
Have you watched This Is the End?
Yeah.
Okay, Michael Cera in that. He's
Yeah,
just
he's
such a
a
piece
fucking-
of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, that was the one with Emma Watson where he's like, "All right, guys, like, don't, you know, whatever, you like mess with Emma Watson, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, none of us really thinking, like, just don't do it." It's like, what the fuck?
So fucked. This I did. Have you guys seen the second one? Is the second one as good as this one, or is it
I've
better?
never even watched the first one.
No, it is not. It is not as good. I still enjoyed it, but it was not. It was so to make the second one, Troy Duffy had to sue the production company to make the second one because it was just stuck behind fucking copyright and all that stuff. So, but
Well, I mean, you gotta, one thing we gotta say is how unfortunate is it that some asshole kids decided to fucking do that and murder all those people.
yeah,
And then everybody is so fucking like, it's really bad that I guess it isn't bad that everybody can't understand why they did that shit. Because now they're down to where they want to point the finger at video games, violence in movies, like all these fucking
Sex on
make believe
TV.
things that don't, make a shit's difference. It's like in America, right? Like we're there's lots of violence on TV, but we're
Yeah.
pretty like we're
Sex
pretty
on TV.
bad about sex stuff. We're like, oh my God, don't have it on the TV. It's so bad, right? But in like other countries, they've got titties on the weather station.
But
Okay.
yeah, dude, they got like naked news and shit. It's
Yeah, I mean, guess what? There's not any more violence in the United States, per person or whatever, than there is anywhere else. And I don't think that there's any. I mean, obviously there's small differences, but it's not. We're not the number one violent country in the world
Oh,
by any stretch
hell
of the
fucking no.
imagination. Okay, so then you got these other countries with the boobs on the TV. Those aren't the rape capitals of the world. Okay, so the whole thing we're exposing people to that stuff is bullshit.
You just desensitize the public to it, and then it's not a big fucking deal.
Well, it's not desensitizing it either because, all right, Ricky, how many violent video games you ever seen? Like a bazillion, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if I gave you a knife and was like, you got to stab Jason, there's no fucking way. And I told you,
Depends
you're
on
not
what-
going to get
what time of
arrested.
day.
You're not going to get arrested. You can't be arrested.
It
Like,
depends
like,
on what Jason
like
did to you that
President
day.
Trump had a fucking signed pardon for you that was right there. That was all he signed it ahead of time for stabbing him. You would not be able to do it. You'd be like, because guess what? Most people don't want to fucking do that. It sucks. You don't want to do that. It's terrible. And then, I mean, like if we put you on some antidepressants though, you might be a little loopy, I mean, it's just stupid. Like, let's just stop that dumbass argument already. I mean, they can fucking pull statistics up with that. And you got all these people who are like, oh my God, the violence is going to make them more violent. That's not how it works.
No, it ain't.
I mean, how much violent TV were the fucking knights watching when they were, going to their watching television, back in fucking, like how, there we go. The Vikings. How much violent TV were they watching?
A lot, apparently.
Just tons.
They actually
They must have had
actually dug
VR
up-
goggles
Exactly.
with the worst, snuff films ever just played into their face 24/7.
Yeah, they actually
them to be
dug
doing
up some old school Viking TVs and VR sets.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty crazy, dude.
I mean, it's actually like I was reading an article that where they were like, hey, it's possible that video games might actually be responsible for some of the, because we all think it's super violent right now, right? That it's worse than it was. It's gone way down since the 90s.
Oh god,
like,
yeah.
Way down. Like,
Yeah, you don't have cartoons like fucking Looney Tunes and Wile E. Coyote and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got that shit nowadays.
Well, that stuff I never seen Wile E. Coyote get a hammer dropped on his head and thought, I really want to do that.
Exactly. I mean, like, try to like find like a kid's cartoon nowadays that like the main character is gonna have a gun. I mean, when Winnie the Pooh heard a bump in the night, he grabbed a fucking shotgun to go check it out. Like,
that's
all
true,
right,
yeah.
like,
I remember that, yeah.
Okay, like, all right, like, it's just no, like you can't say that it's that bullshit because it just really isn't.
Well, I really don't. What?
I was just gonna say about the second one. Ricky is in the second Boondock Saints.
Ricky is?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Stu.
Awesome, bro.
Fuck you, Stu.
Yeah, he plays some guy called Jimmy the Gopher. It's been so long since I watched that movie.
I
couldn't even tell you how big of a part he has, but
I hope it's just like American Ricky.
Fucking hate you, Steven. Let me guess. It's the guy that plays Rickety Crickets, isn't it?
No,
it's the guy who plays Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, okay.
Rob Wells.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. You were saying
one of the greatest fucking actors of our time.
Damn it, Eric.
Canadian.
That guy's not an idiot in real life. He's a fantastic actor, and he makes up like shit like Worst Case Ontario on his own.
I mean, Case Ontario.
Yeah, he's got a million of them. Like, Water Under the Fridge, a Totoso. I don't hate to say it, but a fucking a Totoso.
Fucking a Totoso.
Which actually works in with this movie because they had the bar owner.
Yeah.
Which is like you cross the street if you don't get out of the kitchen.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, like, I think honestly, like, they should have just like written a book of like fucked up mannerisms and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, like, we need this book, okay? We fucking need this.
What are those? What are those like colloquial metaphors or something?
Idioms, I think.
Idioms, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so we need Ricky and the bartender guy to team together.
Yeah.
And make a book of all these.
Hey, Eric, what is Sunnyvale Shoals?
Huh?
Have you ever heard of that?
I don't know.
Shoals.
What's the second? Shoals?
Shoals. SHOALS.
Sunnyvale Shoals.
I don't know.
Mike Smith is in there also.
Is that a band?
No, it's a TV show. 2019. It's got Mike Smith is Bubbles, right? Yeah.
Oh my god! I wonder if they're doing a fucking Ricky School show because that sounds like Sunnyvale School but misspelled.
Because it's Rob Wells is in here. So is what's his name?
John
Tremblay, Julian.
Yeah, Julian. That's the word I was looking for. Name I was looking for. So all three of them are in here.
I like how like his IMDb picture is all like epic, like looking off to the side.
It doesn't say who he plays. It doesn't say who any of these guys play. It just says actors.
Yeah, it does and doesn't.
Well, they're maybe gonna since John the guy who played Leahy. Oh my god, I cannot remember his name right now. First name's John. I can't remember his last name. Anyways, he died, which is terrible because he died fucking like ago. the probably the best drunk actor anybody's ever seen in the history of the world.
How do you know he was acting?
Because the guy used to be a drunk and he'd been sober for like 20 years.
Yeah, we looked this up when we were talking
for
our podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have any fucking synopsis, so maybe it's not even out yet.
Dunsworth. It's John Dunsworth. I'm pretty sure that's his name. He's a great actor. It's terrible.
So what do they use? What is that? What is the guy's name? Randy or whatever it is to run the trailer park?
No, I don't know what they're gonna do. There was talk about them doing like a cartoon where they might try and have somebody do his voice,
Leahy,
but it's like that might be a little rough.
It's not going to sound the
10
same.
episodes, Eric, of animated series
Yeah.
coming out. this
So,
year.
I mean, it's a good idea because it probably gets them out of having to do their live acting.
Yeah.
And then all
Actually,
they
it
have to do is animate it.
It comes out the 31st.
Yeah, there'll be a voice actor, and I mean, voice acting is like the laziest job of all.
But it's got all the other guys. Everybody else is playing the dudes.
aside from being like a fluffy at like what a porno. You know?
Well, dude, a fluffer's pretty hard job. Get it?
No, I said a fluffy. That's you're the guy getting the stimulation. So you're just standing there with somebody going to town on you and you're getting paid for it. Pretty lazy.
Ricky's like, where do I get this job?
That's a job? What? Holy shit. I need to change my degree.
Do you have frogs in your cabin there? Or your trailer?
Frogs?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear the frogs?
Yes.
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah,
there's like a big ass pond not that far away, and the fucking frogs lately have been getting like fucking super loud. I'm like, God damn, like it freezes up here at night. I guess I looked it up. Dude, frogs can freeze and they're okay.
Yeah, they'll just thaw and come back to life.
They inject their body with a shitload of glucose or something. There's some mechanism where they can keep themselves okay. So that when I'm like, how the fuck can we not figure? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna inject ourselves with frog DNA so we can freeze ourselves and send ourselves to Mars or some other, solar system.
Pretty much.
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna get to another solar system, and they're gonna be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! Who let you motherfuckers out of your cage?"
Pretty much, that's what it's gonna be.
Oh man!
And then they're gonna take their proverbial hand and they're gonna spank our bottom, and we are not gonna like it.
Either that, or
be
this
like,
is where
fuck.
the alien movie becomes real, and we're the aliens, and.
What I was thinking, like, what if other beings' perception of time is way slower than ours? So we seem like, you know what I mean? Like, where our 80 years is like a blink of an eye to them. So we're like these crazy fast, super crazy, like just spawning like just spawning people out endlessly. And they're like, what the fuck?
Pretty much.
I always felt that's how elves in Lord of the Rings, when they started getting old, should perceive time, where it takes them like 5 minutes to spit anything out.
So
because that's like
God damn it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, because that's like what happens to people as it is. Like when you're 5 years old, your perception of like a 5 minutes, it feels like 2 hours to me right now. I remember sitting there being like, in second grade watching the clock, and I'm like, 5 more minutes till I get to go home. Oh my God, this is taking so long. And now I'll be, driving a pickup 2 hours to drive somewhere for work or something. And it's like, oh, I'm here? Well, I don't even remember how I got here. Okay, well, I'll take it.
Eric's got a couple of fences and shit like that dragging behind his truck, hung up on it.
No, I've perfected the art of zoning out while listening to podcasts and stuff, but remaining in enough where I can still pay attention to the road, but not recall any of it. I just keep the driving part just completely in RAM.
It's all right. I've done that. I don't know how many times, like driving
that
home
way.
from fucking
That way, when
work.
I get out of it, it's like I turn the computer off and restart it, and it's just all gone. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's
So.
I've done that more times than I could admit. Like coming home from work, and I get here, and I'm like, how did I get here?
Yeah. I mean, I think I fell asleep driving twice my whole life. And, when I get that, I know what happened, like how that functions. So I just stop and take a nap because I'm also pretty good at keeping myself awake. So that's good. Steve witnessed that.
Yeah.
So
Erik rolls down the windows and starts screaming nonstop for like a couple hours. Just
no, I just open up my eyes. I have this like weird face technique where I open up my eyes real wide and then I yawn, and it's like I'm just awake. I'm good for like another half an hour, and I just keep doing that. and then there's like times when that just doesn't work, and I'm like, okay, it's time where I need to sleep. I know it pretty well.
So
That's what happens. What? Go ahead.
What rating did you guys give this? We're
I
going
gave
off
this
on a
movie-
big tangent. So
Big tangents, big plays.
damn
So
it.
stupid. I know. I think I'd give this movie like 3.5 stars. You know, we're gonna say 4 stars because I like the ending a lot. You know how they get away. I
Yeah.
kept expecting a super style ending where, you know, the cops would just show up and just waste them like in real
Yeah.
life.
That was a good movie too. I like that movie.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5 stars.
I was very excited that Eric was gonna give the same star rating as Ricky.
Really?
Yeah. I was
Why?
like, holy crap! Well, just because Ricky's always so low.
Oh yeah, I'm always pretty high because you know I think a big part of it for me is I just know I have some idea roughly of how hard it would be to actually make a movie, and the fact that it even gets done is like that's an automatic 2 for me.
I mean, I like damn near everything. You guys know that I like some just stuff that you guys are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So,
I mean, look at Wolf Cop.
Dude, Wolf Cop is a fucking work of art.
you are the minority in this. You're the only one that doesn't like that. I'm including Kelly on this. She fucking loves the movie. I don't care.
Yeah, dude, she likes Wolf Cop.
Yeah, it's just fucking great.
She loves it. She's always asking me, would you turn on Wolf Cop? And I'm like, I've seen it too many times. Okay. We wore it out on the internet. That's how much we love Wolf Cop. We wore it out on Netflix. We blew out the hard drive and they had to send us a letter that said, "Dear Eric and Kelly, quit fucking watching Wolf Cop. You wore out our hard drive, you dicks."
So I gave this movie 4.5 stars. I really like this movie.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Next week's movie is going to be Eric's choice since nobody else is here. So what are you going to choose?
I already forgot. Oh my God.
Starts with a C.
And
Chappie.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch Chappie next week. It'll just be the 3 of us again, I believe. So join us for that. Sorry about this last...
Jason is down in Mexico getting his organs harvested.
Yes.
Dude, don't say that. He might actually be having that happen. I feel like I'm going to text him and the person's going to reply, "Como está?" And I'm going to be like, oh, shit.
If Jason comes back really fat...
Jason definitely doesn't know how to type Como. Fuck.
Oh, man. So next week we'll watch Chappie. Sorry about last week. On Wednesday, I had a big test to study for and nobody else was around. So, or was able to.
I would love to stream.
So.
If you feel like, hey, you really want to watch Eric stream, send me an internet connection.
Send him one end of your Ethernet cable, plug the other one into your internet, please.
And just run it all the way over to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna private message him with a picture of you with, a couple, 1,000-mile long cable, and he'll tell you where to find them.
Well, I mean, there's like a YouTuber, or I think his name's like Mr. Beast or something, and he gives like these little Twitch channels donations all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, here he is. He's giving these ding dongs, money, and it's like their house didn't burn down. I feel like I'm owed that because my house burned down. I'm joking. All right. Shit, they can't see my face. Fuck. All right, I'm kidding. That's totally a joke. I'm not owed anything. It's just the tragedy that the entire fucking town of Paradise burned down. Like, why can't I go? Here's one thing. Why can't I go live in the PG&E lady's house? She made the call to burn Paradise down. She's like, you know what? Fuck them. I'm burning it down. They're late on their bill. Boom. Burning it down.
All right, so join us next week as we watch Chappie. Next week, 7 o'clock on 7 o'clock Pacific time on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkader, and twitch.tv/Turkader Plays. I got to put all that stuff up so you guys can see it. There it
usually
is.
Helps.
You can also like
Ricky's
us on...
being all smart ass.
like us on Facebook.
Week, you're like, Ricky, you run it. And Ricky's like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I fucking want it.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions. And you can email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at hapgaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turketer. You can follow Eric on Twitter at
Quick and Severe.
You can follow Ricky on Twitter at
Furry Turtle Balls.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at Sugar Snuggles and Jason on Twitter at Unbelievable1. You can find all the stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/TurketerPlays. Thanks for watching, everybody. Join us next week as we watch Chappie, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday. I may be playing Division 2 by myself because I don't think I have anybody else to play. Maybe I can.
If you guys Twitter Jason and he sends back new phone who dis ? Please let us know.
Yeah.
We will be trying desperately to find him.
Or at least his organs.
Or good kidney who dis? Definitely send us messages.
God damn it, dude. Oh man. So we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Bye.